Hey everyone. So at this point, I'm pretty sure everyone is aware that I'm going to Australia in spring, and if you weren't aware, here's you knowing now. Anyway, though, so while I'm there, I'm planning on doing a video vlog series so that way I can share with you guys all the stuff that I plan on doing and the cool stuff that happens to me while I'm there, instead of like trying to remember all the stories and stuff when I eventually return to the States. So before I do that series, or at least before I really get into it, I wanted to do a sort of quick video kind of overviewing some of the higher level stuff while I'm in Australia, like the background, I guess, because I kind of find that valuable, and I'm hoping you guys will too. So I fly out to Australia on February 10th out of Minneapolis, about like 3:30 in the afternoon or whatever. Gets me there at 8 in the morning on Friday, February 12th, because of the time change in the time in the air. I go from Minneapolis to LAX to Sydney, and then from Sydney I have to go up north to Newcastle. Newcastle is about 160 kilometers north, 160 kilometers, or 100 miles, or an hour and a half drive in a car, or a 3.5 hour ride in a train from Sydney. So there's 4 different ways to measure Newcastle from Sydney, just in case that helps. So once I'm in Newcastle, though, I have to figure out where my housing is, because I know where I'm at like now. Like I'm in Evatt House, which is just a standard dormitory, but I'll have to like find that on campus and everything else, while lugging all my luggage. So that'll be a heck of an adventure, to say the least. Well, we'll see how that goes. While I'm studying there, I'm going to be taking 4 different courses. 3 of them are engineering technical electives. One of them is renewable energy, and the other 2 are material science related. And then I'm taking also a social science while I'm there. It's Introduction to Aboriginal Studies, which I'm really, really psyched for. Those 4 classes, credits-wise, translate to about 12 to 15 Iowa State credits, or just normal U.S. university credits, give or take. So it's a very average, normal load. 3 of them are engineering courses, but I'm hoping it should go pretty well. I mean, in the past, stuff like that's gone pretty well, so here's hoping, more or less. The Australian school system is way different, and I think I'll talk about that in a different video, because that's not what this one's about. While I'm in Australia, I have a couple kind of goals or plans, and one of the biggest, actually the biggest, is that while I'm in Australia, I plan on trying to get an internship, an engineering internship, like in Australia. I've loved Australian culture for a really long time, so I'm more or less counting on me loving it while I'm there, which is why I'm already planning on trying to get an internship while I'm there. Luckily, I'm in a lot of luck. The University of Newcastle has systems in place for international students seeking employment. I don't think it's a full department, but it's a dedicated group of people whose job it is to help international students seek employment, like myself, which I plan on definitely taking advantage of and doing to my fullest. And I guess I'll let my ego show a little bit. With enough hard work and persistence and time and effort and all of that stuff, I think I'm marketable enough that as long as I put my nose to the grindstone and really try my best, I think I can get an internship while I'm there, which would be amazing as far as I'm concerned. We'll see what happens. It might not. I will fully acknowledge that I might not be able to get one or otherwise, but I'm going to try my darndest, and we'll see what happens. It will be kind of weird if I get one, because Australia mirrors Europe in a lot of ways, and what that means for internships is that a lot of European internships are a full year. So, I'd be starting July of 2016. I wouldn't be done until July of 2017 then, which is a little nuts for me, but it's something I really want to do. I feel really passionate about, and so I'm going to pursue, heart, mind, body, and soul. Also, while I'm there, my favorite band is playing. They're from Australia, and they're going to be touring, so as long as I'm not going to be traveling with any international students that weekend, I will be going to see a concert for the Hilltop Hoods in Sydney, which is super exciting. After those 2, though, my goals or plans get way, way smaller and less intimidating. I love wildlife, and Australia has some amazing wildlife, especially reptiles. So I plan on doing a lot of hiking and sightseeing, and I'll probably even visit some zoos just so I can guarantee to see some Australian wildlife. But I plan on spending a lot of time, hopefully just walking around both nature and then the city. I want to see Sydney a bunch. I want to walk around Newcastle a ton. Newcastle itself is on the coast, and the University of Newcastle is less than 2 miles from the coast, which is well within walking distance for someone like me. So I plan on spending way too much time on the beach and enjoying the living hell out of myself. Of course, in between classes. I should probably caveat that here. So while I'm confident that this semester will go well in Newcastle, I do want to make sure that I am keeping up with my classes and studying and basically being a good student. Because it'd be a real gosh darn shame to go to, go to Australia and then, fail all my classes or whatever. A little bit of pressure is off because I don't have to worry about a grade conversion. Australia doesn't use A B, C, D, F for grading, but I don't have to worry about getting the equivalent of an A, a B, or C, or like what that means. All that matters is that I pass the course. As long as I get a passing grade in the course, that credit will transfer as a pass at Iowa State University. So some of the pressure's off, but I also don't plan on slacking too much just because I don't feel like I'm that kind of person. We'll see. Now, if I don't get an internship, which is a possibility, I might not, I will be coming back June like 27th or something like that, late June more or less, which means that I'll then kind of have this awkward month and a half where I can't really do anything because no one wants to have an intern for a month and a half. But so be it. So the rest I come back is June. I guess the latest then I'd come back is July of 2017. We'll see which one happens. There's still a lot of time to go. I mean, while I'm recording this right now, I don't leave for like over a month, much less talking to companies or anything else. I think that's all I got, though. Talk about when I'm leaving, what I'm going to be doing while I'm there, some of my plans, where I'm living, etc., etc., etc. So that's all I got. I guess if you have a question, you can leave a comment below. That's kind of weird for me to think about, or to shoot me a message or whatever. I guess now's a good time to point out. I'll probably post it up on Facebook and stuff elsewhere, but the last time I get to use my cell phone is February 10th. After that, don't text me or call me because that will be an international charge for you, and those are really expensive, and it's not worth it. I'd be way more reachable by email or whatever. But anyway, guys, thanks a ton for watching. Like I said, if you have questions or whatever, comment below, send me a message, whatever. And I guess I will be seeing you next in Australia. Bye!